Okay, welcome everyone. We'll start our lesson 5. Today lesson we'll go through LO5. During our previous lesson, we discussed about unsup metrics. We discussed about what it meant by strategic management. We had a discussion about Porter generic strategies, cost leadership, cost focus, differentiation, and differentiation focus. We had a discussion about Porter Diamond model. We had a discussion about McKinsey 7S approach. And today lesson key focus will be LO5, which is be able to monitoring and control in implementation of strategic plan. And as you know me, my name is Anjum Sattar. Please, if you have any question, drop me email anjum@ukeversity.co.uk. I'll try my best to get back to you as soon as possible. If you have any other question, please drop email admin@ukeversity.co.uk and we'll reply your email according. Okay, we'll start. Welcome. Thanks for attending this lesson. Those are listening, please, if you have a question, you can drop us emails to. Okay, strategic management and LO5, which is be able to monitor and control. Control is mean corrective action. So planning and control work together. If you plan things but you don't have a control, so you can't really achieve. So plan and control work together, and we look around the strategic long-term plan. So today lesson indicative content will go through the key success factor in order to monitor the implementation of the strategic plan. We'll develop the time schedule for the implementation. We'll analyze the potential risk. The risk is mean probability of the chance happening, and contingency plan is mean second plan. And we look around how we can make the corrective action or corrective plan. Okay, we'll start. Okay, so what is meant by strategic planning, which we had a discussion in lesson 1 as well, define the strategies and direction and making the decision or allocating the resource. Resource allocation is very important. We have 3 types of major resource. So we can look around the manpower, we can look around the people, we can look around assets, and we can look around the financial resources. So these we need to be allocate, and we need a control mechanism in place. So according to Monsberg 5P strategy, plan, flow, pattern, positive and prospective, we need to be look around when we make, and we can look around strategic planning and monitoring, and the process must be followed in line with the strategic objective of the organization and change. Of course, change is very important according to the Levin's 3-step model of change: unfreeze, change, and refreeze. We have to do according to the plan. Okay, so strategy by definition, strategies are 2 essential characteristics which we need to be applied, they develop conscientiously and purposefully. The purpose of it, why you making it? Otherwise, it can be not a drafting daily implementation is more, we need to be focused. And the game theory, the strategy is complete plan with the specific what choices will make every possible situation. So strategy is unified, comprehensive, integrated plan. It's integrated, it's linked with the various, elements of a basic objective of the organization. What is the risk? We had a discussion about risk mean probability or the chance of happening. So like risk of rain, risk of financial risk, economic risk, operational risk, and we need to make the strategy to minimize these. Of course, we can't 100% eliminate the risk, but we can plan and reduce the risk. Shift the consumer demand and the preferences can be is the risk with what we have, so we can make and enter into different market. We can diversify a diversification strategy. According to the master, which is Peter Drucker, the strategic planning is a continuous process of systematically and greatest possible knowledge for the future and making current decisions that involve the risk systematically organizing activity that require to execute decision. So decision making, and ultimately whatever we do, the purpose is to be achieve the key objective mean end result. So we have a 5.1, which is assessment criteria, develop and monitoring system of implementing strategic plan. The development of the organization strategy is a complex and demanding process, and the leaders who have devoted time and effort and resources to selection of the strategy, they believe, we need to be secure and achieve the key objective. The strategy in action, the key steps are we can focus. Anybody, any question, guys? Okay, no question. We'll move. So we can look around strategic analysis, examining the current situation. So you have to look around what is the current situation in terms of market shares, in terms of your goodwill as the company, in terms of how many companies are competing in the industry. So you have to look around strategic choices, what option you have, which choice you want to be, and in the light of the risk and reward you can. And strategic implementation strategy, you make the action plan, but the implement is the most important thing. So strategy implementation is a process which organization translate chosen strategy into action plan and the activities which steer the organization direction, and the strategy enable organization to achieve the strategic objective. We have a Johnson and Scholl and various other author implementing the strategy having is organization success is based on how develop your strategy. Should be organization split into different maybe SBUs, strategic business unit, uh, and we can look around the style, think globally, act locally. Act locally mean understand the local culture, local norms, values, and the tradition and the government policies, and then you make the strategy. Enable the success organization resources, sport strategy, and appropriate human resource fixed asset need to be acquired. Managing strategic chain, implementing will be involve the chain, and managing chain and particularly implies fears, and the resistance is crucial, which we need to be managed. Organization success, does the firm need to be change organization structure? Maybe we need to be do the downsizing is the right sizing due to the using the digital technology, AI, blockchain, and various others, and we don't need a lot of staff, and we do the restructuring of organization. We can maybe remove a lot of the middle or the top the management. Yes, we don't need to be cut the costly process. You have, maybe you can cut the cost. How the key relationship will be managed? Yes, so we can look around the management style. We can look around the centralization and the pattern, and the style is appropriate according to the culture. You may be the autocratic or democratic or situational leader style you can apply. Ensure the strategies deliver the long-term plan and objective what we're supposed to. We sorry. Okay, so we were here. We can look around the deliver the long-term plan and the strategy in action. We need to be achieve the key organization objective. Okay, so critical success factors, like in hospital, critical success are in the hospitality industry. Critical success factor is the customer service. No doubt you have a good building, good infrastructure, but the service is play the key role. Service quality, enabling success. So we have to enabling success is concerned with the two ways, the relationship between overall the business strategies and the strategies in different resource areas such as the people, information, finance. We can look around the two ways process, as not only does the implications of the strategies have to work out how the new strategy impact the technology need to be, which we can look around e-business transform. We can look around the market penetration according to the UNSAF market penetration, existing product in existing market. If you're selling, it's a market penetration. With strategies, we had a discussion, core competencies, uh, which is changing approach, immigrant approaches, and we can look around the marketing and different departments need to be managed to achieve. We can look around strategic change. What is the change required according to the living four field model and living three-step chain model? Unfreeze that situation which we are in, chain and refreeze. Overcoming the resistance from implies you have a good communication plan in place, encourage employees for the chain and the business process. Okay, then we have a 5.2, the design, the key success factor, monitor, implement strategic plan. Always think about the mission, visions, values, always, because this is the process. First mission, why we are in the business, what objective you have, you do the marketing audit, look around, the SWOT analysis, you do the marketing exemptions, you think about, marketing objectives, strategies, forecasting, create alternative plan, budget, and then detailed action plan. You have to think and then you have to make the plan accordingly and strategy. The role of the key performance indicators, if we can look around, critical success factors, we can look around the balance scorecard model, which is given by the Norton Kaplan, is look around the customer perspective, critical success factor, low cost, benchmark the cost versus the competitor cost. So you can look around high quality versus zero defect, the response services on time, internal perspective, operational efficiency, the production cycle time. We can look around the rectification time. We can look around the innovation and learning, employee satisfaction, innovation, percentage of the income from the new product, number of employees suggestion, percentage of implementation. We can look around ROI, return on capital employed, financial perspective, profitability. We can look around the return on capital employed. We can look around survival. We can look around the growth and the cash flow. So these are the key indicators or the key success factors. So close in line with the strategic KPI and the strategic objective, what you want to be the KPI, key performance indicator of each area, like we see in the financial or all the perspective need to be met. Integrated this KPI into the strategic framework. You can create effective KPI, integrating the strategic management framework, a balanced scorecard. You have to be like, I normally quote example of Nokia. Why we don't have a Nokia? They focus on more closing many research and development center, focus on the costing, but not focus on the innovation. And the Nokia stay behind. Okay, then we have look around, apply the when the criteria of selecting your KPI. KPI is the torchlight of use, shine into the different concern of the business. We can look around the limited KPI based on the criteria, and we can look around the comprehensibility of the KPI, key performance indicator. Guys, let's look, the few minutes example this. Let's please read it. Okay, spend 2 more minutes, please. Okay, so what we need to do, each, the 5 years plan, we can look around strategic plan, the key performance indicators which we need to be. However, not all the goals are the constraint, which we can with the strategic plan, we can look around the obvious key performance indicator in this case. So let's please the following key performance: increase the qualities and the progress. Can the result, yes, desired, the we can look around, and we can look around the number of the reports for injuries. We can look around the number of complaints we have, in the complaint reduction process. We have to look around the KPIs, improve the facility of the national standard. We have to look around the minimum standard which is in the industry averages. We are meeting the certification and the national standard facilities. We can look around increase the clubs in England, existing clubs in Manchester or Preston, and we can look around according to increase in the sponsorship and the revenues, 3 million. So these are an example of which we can look around the performance, and we can critical success factors, CSF. So let's please we can look around. Critical success factors are the important requirement of fundamental, organization success. Critical will be what is each industry can be different critical success factors. So we have to be look around. The cost is the critical success factor. The quality is the critical success factor. The customer retention, value for money, in because our hospital not key purpose to earn the profit. They are the key value, the service, the patient needs, or the safety of the patient. These are critical. The life insurance industry's reputation, innovating new policies. We can look around critical success factor KPIs, which we need to be formulating strategies, action plan accordingly, and the success factor need to be measured. Procra, less, we can look around what are the critical success factors the industry. Competitive strategy, geographical location can be critical. What is the critical success factor for Amazon? Think about the Prime, you think about the delivery, the quality, the refund. So these are, of course, is the fast growing and the economy, the potential factors in consumer trends. We can think about the energy and the supply availability. We can think about the organizational factor, the area, the activity is unusual, causing concern. We need to be make sure the supply line, it depends nature of the organization. The short term, the cash management is very crucial because if you don't have a cash, your credit management control system in our organization. Developing the customer needs, what are the critical success factor there. Buying decision, we need to be look around. Buying behaviors, we need to be look around. We have to look around the threshold. We look the segment means the total dividing the upper class, lower class, middle class capabilities, the ability to do something. We carry on doing it, and we renew them, and we need to provide the training and development to the people. CPD is continuous professional development. So buying a new car, so brand image can be critical, service interval running costs can be critical, reliability can be threshold, the product features, corporate purchase may be focused on including the discount and running and appreciation. The family may be more concerned about the safety of the young people or the kids. Okay, then how manage the strategic risk, success. So risk is Kodak was the pioneer of the photographer space, digital cameras, blockbuster, 6 billion revenue in peak, but not only the one store left in the world. MySpace is the dominant social media. Facebook came along and could argue these are the company fail to innovate and ultimately not sustain. So you have to be looked around the cultures, visible factors and invisible, all you have to change accordingly because otherwise you can't really sustain. Okay, next 5.3, distinction between the potential risk during the implementation, different types of the risk. You have to look around the feasibility, external factors. You have to look around the objective and the market trends. That's we need to be look around. Risk management is the process for identifying and assessing and managing the risk. We need to look around the certainties. We can look around the internal and external factors and objective within the organization. Ultimately goals of creating and protecting the shareholders and the stakeholders. We can look around discussion on developing and launching an online channel, the changing like a Tesco online, Amazon Go. And these are very important, for the sustainability of organization. And you have to look around the risk can be inherent in strategy beyond the current, organization experience, the capacity, the abilities to change and renew strategies, existing businesses, losses, goodwill, reputation. Thus, we can restructuring organization. We can look around external factor, political, economic, social, and technological. What impact will be monetary and fiscal policy of the government, type of the risk, different types of the risk. It can be regulatory risk, new legislation carry on coming, that can be a huge risk, if you don't follow it. It can be competitor risk if there are a lot of competitors, the substitute is available, economic risk of the economic climate, the national minimum wage, the inflation rate. These can be the habits, can be also impacted. Then 5.4, we have to look around effective strategies. We have to make sure you do the strategic analysis by based on opportunities and threats and the SWOT, and we look at external, internal factors. You find strategic choices what we have. Either you want growth, competitive strategies, or differentiation. And the basis of this, you can choose which is the best for you as an organization. And monitoring is one of which we mentioned control. Implementation and control is very important to be achieved. The key and measure with the industry averages. Monitoring the strategic plan is the plan of the long-term performance indicators in terms of service. So look around in the 5 perspective, you monitor the performance, not just one perspective, not only the profitability. So the criteria evaluating the suitability, acceptability, and feasibility. So does the strategies have suitable strategic fit, with the organization? Acceptability, the strategy is acceptable, the stakeholders of the organization. Feasibility, the organization physically is viable, and the resources we have to be implement the strategy. Okay, resources, we can look around physical, human, financial, and intangible, which is mean reputation, which we can't see, the intangible asset. You have to look around the resources needed to be undertake the strategy, the basic resources, unique resources. We can look around, and that will bring the competitive advantage, the brand, the situation, sunk cost, the cost which can't be recovered, because if you don't maintain the reputation, of course we can't. Financial evaluation reviews, we can look around the NPV, net present value, return on capital implies, acceptability, which we have according to the industry benchmark, acceptability, the risk is there, sensitivity analysis we can do, expected return, we can look around feasibility, resources, budgeting, do we have resource, cash flow forecast, which we expect how much money will be in and out of the business during that in the period, which we can look around, and we can look around the strategies. We can think about here Apple ecosystem, software developers, suppliers, retailers, competitors, customer learning institute, these, and how they embed, the software in both, employed and the companies, and those who are not developer apps, the market apps, and the supplier, the component, and the organization assemble the product. Retailers, we cannot the implies in the Apple store, but also the approved third parties, the competitors, Microsoft or Samsung and others, which we can look around the customer, both in individual and the corporate, and the learning organizations such as universities and all, and the government organizations, which is we can look around the license those are giving and what they are. So we can develop the strategies accordingly to achieve the key objective of the organization. So guys, today we had a discussion about what is meant by strategies and action plan, and we, in the light of the Porter generic strategy, UNSA metric, which we just market penetration, market development, product development, and market differentiation. These are the strategies which we can adopt are the cost leadership, cost focus, differentiation and differentiation focus, implementation and the risk, need to be identified, the plan need to be in place. And in the light of the balance scorecard in different perspective, we can look, which is given by Norton Kaplan. So thanks for attending today's lesson, and the next lesson we'll do assignment discussion. If you have any question, please drop the email. Hope I will speak to you all during our next lesson. Thank you. Have a good weekend. Thank you. Bye-bye.